Witchcraft or magic is like malaria. To eradicate malaria, one must clean up the environment by cut short all the grasses around the houses and the environment at large, and get rid of the ponds around the environment, which is a conducive environment for mosquitoes which transmit malaria. For witchcraft too, one must get rid of those fertile ground for it to grow, which according to our last video in this podcast are like traditions and beliefs which have no foundation on rationality or reasoning. Now, today's question is on how can we eradicate the effects of witchcraft or magic, or how can we avoid those effects in our life. But let's get first the definition of witchcraft. Witchcraft is something or a kind of knowledge which has no foundation from rationality, which has no foundation from reasoning. Therefore, to eradicate this witchcraft or magic, one must move toward that darkness rationally. This is to say that one must light up the candle of reasoning to move toward that darkness where the goal of his life resides. Within human nature or within human limits, there is nothing which is impossible. For the newly discovered problem, trial and error method is a perfect way to discover or to reach the solution of that problem. Our famous scientist Thomas Edison, after he discovered the bulb light, he was asked by a reporter, "We heard that you failed 1,000 times when you wanted to discover this bulb light." Then he said, "No, I did not fail 1,000 times, but I discovered 1,000 ways which could not work." Our famous scientist Thomas Edison's projects of discovering the bulb is a motivation for those with problems which seems to be impossible. Remember, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you're gonna be great. So do not give up by practicing irrational behaviors without rationality. Keep on trying, keep on fighting. The solution of your problem is there. For an existing problem, we need to learn. Therefore, the role of education comes in. Francis Bacon holds that education is power, and the aim of education should help someone to control the forces of nature, because life is a combination of puzzles which have no answer. Sometimes, not all the people who are lazy are poor. Not all who are working hard are rich. Therefore, life is a combination of puzzles. So, we need education to uncover those puzzles. We need education so that it can help us to work smart. The role of education in this context is to help human beings to rub the cobweb of traditions and beliefs, which are fertile ground for witchcraft or magic. A kind of education which is said, is not the formal, passing through series of classes, getting awards of certificates and whatever, but also informal. Apart from education, encountering with different people from different cultural backgrounds, it may also eradicate the cobwebs of traditions and beliefs which are fertile ground for witchcraft. A Chinese billionaire and a CEO of Alibaba.com, Jack Ma, affirms that his mindset changed when he came across Europeans. Jack Ma found that the things those Europeans talk and do is different from the things that are done by the people from his own culture. To him, this was a turning point toward the present Jack Ma, a genius engineer of automobile car engine. After his condemnation to be a stupid man ever lived, students from a certain school wanted to prove that, wanted to testify, and they visited him at his place and posed to him different questions from different fields so that they may discover whether he is stupid or not. And for him, he would respond those questions by pressing a button, and an expert would answer the question. And at the end of the session, he told the student, I'm an expert of engine. I'm not expert of those other fields. So if you ask me a question about engine, I will respond myself. Apart from engine, my responsibility is to know the button I should press so that I may have a solution of the problem. Therefore, my friends, human being is limited. Human being cannot know everything throughout the world. And if you found one claiming to know everything, he doesn't know anything. I have said this so that you may not hesitate to make consultation from experts in the field that your problems falls. This will help you to eradicate that fertile ground for witchcraft to grow, and that will be a means to avoid effects of witchcraft. Before the true knowledge, witchcraft or magic are nothing but empty concepts. Thank you for watching this video. Our next discussion is on responsible uses of AI, artificial intelligence, for the development of human being, for moving a creature from animality toward humanity. Thank you and goodbye. God bless you.